Okay, let me share my screen and go with this agenda first. You can see for today, I'm going to walk through the RevMan. This is the software you need for team project to present the bias table. And if you already have installed the RevMan, this is the RevMan. You see, I think it's open in my computer already. This is the RevMan. And the RevMan is very easy to install package. It's less than 2 minutes you can install. I'm reviewing the RevMan in Windows, but the platform is exactly
yes.
Okay. Would you please mute? Who is this? Would you please mute a computer so we have a... Yes. Let me mute everyone. Let me mute all of you. If you have any question, please post. Okay, this is RevMan. And first things first, you need to install the RevMan. Go to the Cochrane. You can Google it and look for RevMan, and then you will find that. Download the RevMan. You need to install. It depends on your computer and configuration of your system. You can install 32-bit or 64 bits. I do recommend go with 32 bits. Then if you have a 64 bits computer, that's going to be okay. No problem with that. And then when you install the package, you can, I'm going to close this and open this from the first step. You can see how it will be the shape of the RevMan. This is the RevMan 5.3. Okay, this is here. When you see this, does mean you successfully installed the RevMan. Close this one. Click on the file. I'm going very slow, so if you have any question, please stop me. Click on the file, generate a new file, click on next, and generate methodology review. Click on next and add a name for this. I'm calling this HMGT400 example. You can call that group number, HMGT400, the name of your group, anything else, or for example, group 1. And next, you can go next and add anything else, or you can just finish it here. Just after adding a title, you can finish it here. You will see a page like this. You always can use RevMan to write your report, but this is not what I am looking for in this class. I like you to use RevMan only to present the bias table. Okay, when you have this one, go to the table here and character of the study.
I didn't get that. You said you want us to use RevMan only to do what?
Only to report the bias tables.
Okay.
Yeah, I will explain that. Only to use the bias table. It is okay if you like to use RevMan for entire your project. It is a very developed platform. You can do every paper on the RevMan. This is excellent platform for not only for this class, but if you have any other assignment, you can go with that. There's an author name here, the title, date of production, I mean the date of your assignments. You can add an abstract, you can go with a background, you can go with a method section, type of data. This is a very excellent platform if you like to go with this. But yeah, this is not, for this class, I'm just focusing on this section, and I don't need you to just put all your assignment in the RevMan. Then you can go with the character of the studies here. You can click on here. And here, add a study. For example, I'm adding a study called Mizare 2019, and published data only. Yes, this study used published data only year 2019. And that's it. I don't need anything else for this. This is an example. When I click that, you will see my name here, right? And you can add anything else, method, data, comparison, outcome notes. And then this is the important part. You need to define the risk of bias table. Click here, and you need to develop a risk of bias. In the project, in the class, if you go with the class platform for table for team project, can you see my team project, or you are seeing still RevMan? Can you see my page for the team project, step-by-step guideline?
Yes, yes, we can, yes.
Is it a step-by-step guideline?
Step-by-step team assignment, yes.
Okay. That's interesting, because every time Zoom needed me to just do that, new share. This is the type of bias you need to report: selection bias, performance bias, detection bias, attrition bias, and reporting bias. So let's go with the selection bias. You need to develop the RevMan to generate this type of bias for you. I'm adding here, click on add, new item, selection bias. And for the selection bias, there is a definition. The definition is this: system differences between baseline of the report group and the arms here. Copy this to this. Add a new one. That's it. That was the selection bias, and this is a definition. The new item is performance bias. Add the performance bias. Add the definition. Where is that? Okay, here. Add. And you can go with any other type of bias here. So we only reported here. I'd like to go to the next step, but I'm gonna add one more. This is the detection bias, and you just have the definition for this. Any questions so far? Anyone calling?
We're just plugging in into the table, the selection bias and performance bias is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is
this being recorded, Professor?
It is recording, yes.
Okay.
So from our findings from our team project, this is the final page that we'll submit with the project.
Yes. Okay. You know, I will review the project, but the project needs you to do the literature review, and the literature review you need to go through the study in deep.
Okay.
And find a different type of bias in a study. We will review any type of the bias in week 7. So you will review that. So my suggestion to you is develop the platform.
Double up the platform?
Develop the platform, but
okay.
Don't judge the paper. Don't have a peer review approach until week 7. If you like to go ahead, you have access to week 7, right? You already can. You can go and document that. The reason we put this assignment at week 7 was because we wanted you to just review that related material for that. So, okay, it was the other one. I have a different. Okay, I had this attribution bias.
So question.
Go ahead.
So we're just using the RevMan for just
the selection, the bias, that's it? We don't need it for the rest of the project?
The rest, the project. So let me finish this. I will back to this. Okay, for the rest of project. This is part, maybe 50% of your project, because the project has analytic part and the systematic review part. The systematic review, you need to review the paper, summarize the paper, peer review the paper, find a different type of bias in table in the paper, and then develop a bias table, and then say, based on the literature review, how many of the article have you been selected as a different type of bias? Is it safe to use them? Is it possible to compare your result with them or no? This is type of analysis you expected to have in your.
So how will you know that we use RevMan to actually complete that project?
You need RevMan to compute that bias graph, yes. If you have any other platform to generate that, you can go with that platform. Did I answer your question?
It's kind of complicated, but.
Not yet? Okay, bear with me.
I thought the project was just a weekend project, we just doing it. I didn't know we have to use a software like Rstudio we used to.
I'm not following you, I'm sorry. Hold your question, write it, and ask again, okay? I don't have anything else, that's it.
So RevMan is that's it. We just need to submit these in this program and then get the bias results and submit as a whole in week 7. That's it. It's no more complicated than that.
No.
Okay.
That's it. Yes.
Okay.
And for each group, one member can do that, or 1 or 2 members can be a volunteer to perform this analysis.
It doesn't have to be the team leader. It can be any member of the group. The team leader will just submit the project in whole, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Then when you have this bias, you need to find if the paper has any of this bias. For example, you read my paper in some place and you recognize that this paper, based on the definition you provided here, systematic differences between baseline character of the group they are compared. There is a systematic problem in my sample size. And then for sure, this paper has a bias table, right? You put yes, there is a bias here. Generate this table first and then go to convert this table to the RevMan. Okay. There is a note here if there is a high risk of bias, there's low risk of bias, and there is a U if you are not sure about this. You reading my paper and you understand there's a systematic differences between group in the care that is provided in exposure to the factor other than intervention of interest. And you are not sure about this, put a U here. Then again, you read the paper and go to the systematic differences between group in how outcome are determined. You find, okay, there is no problem here. You put no here. You should go through each paper on detail and review that several times to find this type. Please do not generate randomly this number because it shows in the bias tables how many percentage, how many paper has a different type of bias. You cannot find all the paper with all type of bias. Systematic differences between group in withdraw from the study. You say, yes, there is a bias here, and the systematic difference between reported and unreported finding. You say, yes, no, you have this information for one paper, right? For example, yes, unclear, no, yes, and no. Then you go to the RevMan and define here. The first one was yes, the second was unclear, whenever you choose the unkey, you need to put something here, right? Otherwise, the table, the RevMan will not show you anything. For the detection bias, the response was no. For the other was yes, and then it was no. This is for the first table. You can add another study and see. So I'm gonna stay with only one. Then you can go with a figure here. You were here, right? You was here. Click on the figure. Click on add figure. And then you can see risk of bias graph. And click on next. You will see this one. This is the figure. Yes. And you can copy this. This is one figure, and there is another figure. You can see add figure. And then in this time, you can see Prisma template. I don't need to do but I'm going to show you the Prisma. But the Prisma is just to show you how to select your paper, because you didn't select that, you don't need to go that. But I'm going to show you what is that. See, this is a Prisma table. This is for the systematic. You can see how many papers you selected, how many of them filter that, because for a systematic review, you need to search in 2 search engines. And for example, you have 200 articles. You review the article by title. For example, you sum up to conclude your reviewing to 100 articles, and then find a different, look at the abstract, and then from the abstract you reach to 50 articles, and from the 50 articles you try to have a full text review to see the type of bias. I will show you a real example here. So this is other Prisma table. So if you are interested more, look at that Prisma table. Okay. Then there is another figure, risk of bias summary, risk of bias graph. Did I go with this? This other figure. Let me see. It's a risk of bias summary. This is different. That's show for each article. Yeah, that's it. This is the other figure. And then you can see here, whenever you have several studies, you can compare them together. So to show how will be the real shape of your graph, at least for 5 articles, and for each time I expected you to just go with at least 5 articles. I'm gonna show you a real example from a real study I performed. And I will show you how okay, this is, for example, if you have 5 different articles, these summary plots show you average risk of each type of bias. This is the place you need to have a discussion. For example, from 5 different articles, low risk of bias, on average 50% of your articles has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50% of articles has at least 5 type of bias. All of them has in somehow maybe between 5 to 10% unclear bias. You needed to review that carefully to find that, or based on this article, you are not able to recognize the type of bias. And all articles we have reviewed for this study has at least 1 type of bias. All of this green. And then you can look at this risk of bias graph, something like this, and see, okay, which article are the strongest part. Whenever article has a green spots, that's an article is high quality. Whenever an article has a red plot, that's article with higher risk of bias. For example, in my study, you see the Arthur 2016 was one of the best study, but if you go with here, I have Dowdit's 2018 with a 5 different type of bias. These are part of the analysis you need to report for bias table. Any questions so far for this systematic review?
All of the tables that you're displaying here in front of us are what we're going to submit for the final, correct?
Yes, and you can copy this here. Yeah, you can copy one of these pointers for copying these plots.
And they will be at the end of the project? Or will you plug them into different parts of the project to fit the analysis as you go along?
You are not going to submit them separately. They are a piece of project.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You can click on this and copy.
Okay.
So, and then I'm repeating again. You can click, copy, right? The same for here. Click,
Okay.
copy. So this is for the RevMan. It's very easy to go program. So let me go back to.
Professor?
Yes.
So you're saying that the literature review we have to do after we read and we analyze, then we come back and compute everything on RevMan to give us these graphs?
Yes.
Wow, we were not even told about that. I chose to do the literature review for my group, and I was
You only at least 2 members of the team have to be involved in literature review because you are alone. So you have to. Okay, let me go back to this. This is the point. This is an interesting and important point. Whenever you are reading an article, right, you need to complete this table.
Mm-hmm.
So you
what
complete this table.
I think we're supposed to do for this part of the assignment was just to read the articles and find these biases and complete this table, and that's it. I didn't know we had to take whatever information we had in here, put it in the RevMan, and then get the graphs, because that wasn't.
Yeah, this is the point. The other point is, you know, one person, if one person review all the articles, potentially there is a bias in the study. For example, you and Dana are reviewing one article. You recognize this article has a bias, right? And Dana say it doesn't have a bias. Both of you are okay with this. Both of you are okay with this. You are not okay with this, and you have the same approach for this. So what's the decision?
What is YN stand for?
Yes and no.
Yes,
Okay.
if there is a high risk of bias. No, if there's a low risk of bias, and you is not sure about type of bias.
So we need 2 sets of eyes, basically. One person is not able to cannot do this.
If you find something like this, you need a third one to break up the tiebreaker. You need someone to say, okay, I'm reviewing this, and say, okay, class, this is yes. This is unclear. This is yes. This is no. And this is yes. You have something like this. Then you can count them, yes and no. If there is at least 2 similar answer, you stay with that. For example, I have 3 here, and 2 of them is yes. I stay with yes. All of them is unclear. This is fine. I have 2 no here. I have 2 no here, and I have 2 no here. This is the numbers, the criteria, the bias you need to input in the RevMan. For sure, in your group, you cannot be the only person who is doing a literature review. It's 5 articles, and we need in detail oriented peer review. For sure, the literature review should be at least 2%. And I'm suggesting 3% as a tiebreaker, the third one.
I have a question.
Are not given to us. We have to research these articles by ourselves. So if two
I'm sure you have this step-by-step guideline in your class.
what?
This one. Can you see this?
We don't have it.
You know, by default, the UMUC put it in the class platform. I'm sure there is in the class.
We have
Okay,
step by
where
step,
in the
but
class?
we didn't do
Because
it.
I haven't seen that step by step.
Please ask Dr. Azad. I'm sure there is in the class. I provided this to the program chair, and she put it on the platform. Yes.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Dr.
I have a
Azad.
question.
Sorry.
I
I
have a
had some
question
technical issue to
about.
connect to the Zoom meeting. I just want to let you know that this information is all in the content area. So they added to the content.
Okay.
So if they open week 7,
on the reserves, or
if you open week 7, you see all this information on week 7. So it's under the week 7 content.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Azad.
Professor, I had a question. So I was under the impression that each group member needs to do a article review and complete the bias table. Is that correct?
That's a perfect idea.
Okay.
But in that case, you know, at least one person needs to be responsible for the RevMan. And that person needs to collect the information from all members about this table, because you should have submit every member, if you are reviewing one article, every member should submit a table like this and a table like this for the bias. If you are reviewing one article, so you should define all of this four main area for your articles. The other member will go with that. You're gonna have, for example, 5 different articles, right? You have 5 articles here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5. Only this one. This.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
So my question is, myself and another member said we were going to do this section of the report.
Okay.
So do we need to have the same articles and we both read the articles?
Yes.
Or do I do a couple and he does a couple and then we submit it like that?
At least each article should be reviewed by at least 2 persons.
Okay, thank you.
And
Did I answer your question? You say you have a 5 member and each member gonna review 1 article. Each member should review 2 articles at least.
I'm still confused. So each member should review at least 2 members reviewing 1 article, and there should be a total of 5 articles?
There is 5 articles, right? There's 5 articles. And for each article, you need to generate a table like this, right?
Correct.
But at least 2 members should review 1 article for generating this. For example, you gave the score like this, the articles. Dana review that and give us another result for this article. If you have a similar result like this, you are okay. If you have a different result, well, then the 3rd person should be involved and work as a tiebreaker.
I'm sorry, Professor. Is there anyone in the class that is in Dr. Azadi's class? Because I'm looking at week 7. I can't find the step-to-step documents.
Anyone else here from Dr. Azadi class?
Let me check.
Let me look at my class to see where is that. So as I'm looking at that, I'm gonna answer another question. Janet, did I answer your question?
Yes, I guess so. And these articles, we have to find them ourselves, correct? Because I didn't see.
I want to say, make sure if you are working, if you are finding this peer-reviewed article, that's fine. Otherwise, you can submit the title of article to me and make sure this is the correct. Because if you have not chosen a good article, you are not able to do the bias analysis. The safe approach is just send me the articles, the title of your articles, and I answer to you if this is a good one. Or let's go with this approach. Ask your team leader to send the title of each article. I will approve that, and then you go and do the analysis.
Okay.
Let's go with this approach. Every team leader should submit the the title of each article to me. I will approve them, and then you're good to go.
This is new to me, totally.
This is completely new. You are completely correct.
Yeah. I mean, this is not what I was actually thinking. I thought we writing an essay for the last project, but I didn't know we have to go through all these steps.
Yes, for this class, we are teaching 3 software, Excel, Rstudio, and RevMan. The RevMan is a qualitative approach because the HMGT400 is for quantitative and qualitative.
So, I mean, things need to be actually talked out. We don't know. I mean, it's not at the.
Professor, this is an online class, and the only way we get materials to study is from the class. We don't really get to see professors one-on-one and get to talk with them as often as a regular classroom is. So if we cannot have the materials to work with, it makes
Cannot just guess.
Because most of the things you're telling us here, I, for one, am confused. I didn't know that because we didn't have it in our class. So
because you are still not in week 8, week 7. You should.
I just check week 7. I looked through everything. I did not see the step-to-step evaluation.
I'm looking at the week 3, week 7, Cochrane Handbook of Systematic Review of Intervention. See that? Can you see my screen?
Yes, a Cochrane Handbook for Systematic Review.
This is the Cochrane Handbook for Systematic Review. If you go to table 8 in this handbook, you will find a different type of bias.
Okay.
Methodology in conducting a systematic review. 5 steps to conducting a systematic review. Pre-threat reporting item to systematic review and meta-analysis. I never ask you to do the meta-analysis. I never ask you to go with this sophisticated method to do the eye test in the systematic review. I never ask you to find the data between different study and run the test and see each of them is significant or not. This is very simple approach to compare 5. That's a reason. The reason you should know that, because if you look at the discussion panel in the class, we are in week 5, and some of the students go to the web, find some material, put it in the discussion panel. That's not type of the academic approach to a discussion. Academic approach, you should first select the article that has been peer reviewed, has been published in government website, or has been published by the journal. Otherwise, that the findings of the article is not accurate enough to report in the class. The reason for doing the systematic review is to find more about the accuracy of data you are using, because we work a lot on the accuracy of data. We are eliminating the outliers. But if you involve one bad study in your reporting, it's very similar to the outlier in the quantitative approach. You will review that in week 7. There is a step-by-step guideline, and please try to learn.
Step-by-step guidelines, because I still can't find it.
Okay, the step-by-step guideline is in the class. For sure, this is in the, where is it? Let me see.
I can find it too. I am on the thing.
You are in a different class. So
Yeah, I'm in the same class as Nancy, and we both cannot find the step-by-step.
But you know, the class developed by the university, and I'm sure there is in some place in the class. Any member from my class, in which week do you can you find this? No, no, where is that?
The week that we're in now.
Mm-hmm. Where is the? Do you know where is the place for the step by step for the team project?
Oh, for group 5, if you go under the discussion, the step-by-step is there, and it's amongst the discussion of each group. Like the team agreement, that was all under, if you go to the end of the discussion, you find
I'm talking about the team assignments. The team assignment is in week 7. Can you see this?
Oh, yes, it's not, that's correct. It's not until we get to week 7.
This is in week 7. If
Correct.
you go to week 7, you see the assignment 3, group project,
Right.
topic selection, performance, qualitative analysis, different type of bias, Cochrane handbook, report findings. Everything is here. I have in the different format as a Word document, but you have in your. I also can share the Word document with my class, and I will provide the class to share with all of you, because we are not sharing the Word document. I never even shared.
Sorry, Dr. Zara, hold on. Sorry, let me tell you something.
Go ahead, Dr. Azad. I'm glad you are here. Thank you. You are muted, Dr. Azadi.
Hey, Dr. Zara, I just want to let you know that for my students class, I posted, when I announced it last week, the topic of announcement is team assignment instruction. They have all the information under that one. They have CSV files for all files. They have the step-by-step guidelines. They have peer evaluation forms. So they can find all this information under this announcement. Plus, if you can, I'm sure they didn't post it on the content area, but I added in my announcement page, so they can see it on my announcement.
Thank you for the notice. Please check with the class and send an email to your professor, just if you couldn't find that, so that's very easy to go. Okay, any other question regarding technical question? No, okay. Now I will go through the weekend. If you have any question for the team project, I'm gonna go through the exercise. So.
May I share my screen, Professor, for exercise 4, please?
Yes, and
okay.
Yes, sure.
It's okay to do now?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Because there is no question for the team project. So the team project has a step-by-step guideline, and this is the type of bias table you need to report. And this
I'm the only one here from group 5, so I will have to confirm.
You have a big responsibility to inform your team. Yes.
Lucky me.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Okay, I'll share my screen here and I'll show you.
Not only you, Nancy is here from one team. I'm not in my class, but for sure.
Okay.
Daniel is here. So all of you have big responsibility to inform your team members.
Yeah. Okay. May I bother you to unshare so I can share mine, Professor? Yes. I'm sorry, it won't allow me. Okay.
Am I answering your question from the class about the same exercise 4, because we are reading that now.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Let me see if I can do this right this time. So I have my RStudio. Do I need to open my RStudio prior to sharing with you? I just share and then find it.
Try both together to see
okay,
what's the
see.
result. Okay.
Let's see if I can. Here we go. Are you able to see?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay.
Okay, this is the RStudio.
Okay. Now I tried to run the codes for exercise 4 today, and I kept getting
to open the codes. Click on
error.
the file.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said
click on the file.
Okay.
And resend files.
Okay.
Next option. Yeah, that's it. Where is exercise 4?
And now that's the thing. I downloaded it 3 times and it's not showing. And I'm
Go ahead
wondering,
and find it. Did you copy to the UMUC folder?
yes, that's drive C, right?
Click on the open file
Okay.
and go to the UMUC.
See the one there with today's date? That's what I
No,
am.
none of them is the codes. You download 4 times data set, Donna.
Okay, that's where I'm confused. Okay, don't
Yeah.
laugh at me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not laughing. So let's go.
Okay, so may I bother you to walk me through that while I hope I'm not taking from anyone's time if anyone has another question.
Sandra, do you have the file ready to share? If not, I ask, you're muted. You are muted.
There we go.
Yeah, I have the file.
Okay, Dana, let's Sandra to share their screen,
Okay.
because you have the similar question. Please share your screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, let me unshare. I'm sorry.
Sharing.
I have to stop my share.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Am I still sharing? Are you able to, Sandra?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Okay.
Can you see my screen, Professor?
I can see your screen, Sandra.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the Rstudio.
Week 4 exercise. Okay.
Yes, I did do it, and these are the values I got from the codes.
Oh, this is your text file. So I see you run this correctly. Okay.
Yes. So now I'm having a hard time to know what pin is going where. So this is my, let me pull up the tables I have.
You did a great job. I'm happy you see you run everything correctly. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Where's this thing? Exercise 4. Exercise 4.
Yeah, here I see here week 4 exercise 4.
Oh, right there.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, this is the.
This is I see. Okay, you copy from the class. I see.
Yes, I copied the table from the class. This is what we have.
Model 1, Model 2, Model 3, and can you scroll down to see? Do you have Model 4? Yeah, you have 3 models. Sandra, I ask you to open the codes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then, oh, you already have the data. Can you scroll down in the code to find the Model 1? Can you see the Model 1? There's a note probably in the very end of the codes. Let's scroll up a little bit up. 100.
Okay, I see model
1B. You have model 103, line 103.
Line 103.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run these two, please. Run 103 and 104. Okay, I believe you should run the code. Go from the beginning of the code and run all of them. And don't run the sync command for just 7 minutes.
Okay.
Dana, we are answering your question, right?
Yes, you are, but I'm still trying to figure out why my
we back to you, so no worries.
Okay, okay. Wow.
Okay, Sandra, can you scroll up here? Yes, scroll up a little bit more. Go to find model 1. Scroll up. Scroll up here. Stay here. Model 1, right? Scroll up to see the note. Yeah, stay here. Down, scroll down, please. Scroll down. You are scrolling up. Scroll down, please. Back.
Yeah.
Stay here, stay here. This is the model 1. See, there's a formula, the relationship between benefit, hospital bed, and ownership, right? This is the question.
So this is model 1.
Yes, and for the model 1, can we scroll down a little bit more? Stay here. And for the model 1, you should report the hospital bed coefficient and standard error. Can you go back to your Word document? I will show you there. Go up to the model 1, please. Go up. Okay, here you should report hospital beds. The hospital beds coefficient is 4959. You want to put it there so we can walk through with one example.
Oh, the coefficient is
959.
959. Okay.
And the standard error is 1221.
1221.
And the last one is the p-value is 3 asterisk. You can put 3 asterisk here.
What?
3 asterisk, or you can report the p-value. The p-value is 2 it's very small, 000, right? 0.0000. Report 4 decimal point.
0.0000.
That's it. Yes, it's a 2e on power of 16. It's very small. You can put a 10 before point, actually. So, okay. Or you can report the asterisk, right? You have a 3 asterisk here. Can you see that?
Oh, I can put it?
Yeah, it's mean this the same approach. You can put it 3 asterisk here, or you can just report 000. They are the same meaning. I will explain.
Oh, it's either I put 3 asterisk or I put 000.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And let's go and pull the second option for for-profit and non-for-profit. So scroll down to see entire table. Okay, you have a for-profit, non-for-profit, and other, right? You have an owner 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And the owner 0, there is a note in the table. Can you go to the codes, please? Scroll up to the codes and to find the note. Stay here. Line 74. 0 is for non-for-profit, right?
Yeah.
1 is for profit, 2 for public, and 3 for other. And look at the question. Look at the Word document. The Word document asks you to report for-profit and non-for-profit, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, the non-for-profit is 0. The ownership 0, you cannot see the 0 in the model, right?
Yes, it's a ownership 11, ownership 12, ownership 13.
Yeah, actually, yeah, okay. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm looking at the last one because if you look at the codes, the ownership, the own 1 is the name of the value. Can you go to the codes?
Yes.
Scroll down. Scroll down. And scroll down a little bit more. Stay here. Can you see line 98?
98.
The own 1 is the name of the variable. So basically you have 1, 2, 3. The ownership did not report the non-for-profit because in the regression model you need a reference group, and the reference group is 0 here. And for this table you should report non-applicable for non-for-profit.
I'm lost.
Okay, let's go with for-profit. What was the number for for-profit? I write it here, number 1. You say number 11, stay with that. Number 1, okay?
Yeah, that's for profit.
Yes, it's for profit. Report the coefficient.
It says minus.
You can copy that. Or just you can type it. It's $3.1 million, right?
Yeah.
Minus 3.1.
It just says.
You can report entire, or you can say minus $3.1 million, 3.07. Put 3.07 in the parentheses million, or you can just report exactly as it is. Let's go
It
with what
says-
you are seeing here.
It's minus 3075968. There's no
Yes. Yeah, let's go with the same approach here. Minus 3075968. You want to type it, we can make sure you are in good state. If you're in the position to can type, otherwise you can do it later.
So I can put minus 307
5968.
5968.
This is the coefficient, and there is a standard error is 1935886. 35886. And the coefficient, the p-value is 0.0112.
0.01.
Not minus, 0.0. 0.0, okay. No, actually 0 point, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. 0 point, yes. Okay, and for, oh, actually, you know what? You put it in the wrong row. It should be in front of the for-profit because the ownership is the header. Okay, you should put it all this number in the for-profit. The next line. No, you can copy from the ownership line and post it in the for-profit.
So for, okay, second, copy from here.
You can copy all of them together and put it there. And put it under for-profit, not non-for-profit. Yeah. Yes. You could select and paste first. Okay, you got it. Okay, then remove that from the ownership. Okay, you got it. Okay, then remove that from the ownership. Okay, press delete. Okay, delete this. Don't delete entire things. Press delete. Press delete. Yeah, okay. For non-for-profit, you should put non-applicable, NA, for all NA, for all of them. The reason is the regression.
Profit, it's NA because the value here says 0.
No, the reason is because the regression model used them as a reference group.
Okay.
Whenever you are using a categorical variable in the regression model, the first category considered as a 0, as a reference group. Basically, regression comparing other hospitals with non-for-profit hospitals. For that reason, you cannot see the coefficient for non-for-profit.
Okay.
And the order is a number, the last one is order.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Number 3.
Minus 24, 51, 322. Probably you cannot copy all of them, but you can copy 2 of them at least. Okay, paste here. The next one is okay. Here. Next one. Okay. And okay, the point is you can write it 0.0161. 0.161. Okay, here, and yes, now you need to report the number of observation, right?
Yes.
The number of observation is n plus k plus 1. The k is number of group, and because based on the previous, and you have here, let me go with a simple example. You have a 3025. Can you see in the line 0 there below the analysis? Can you read 3025 degree of freedom?
It says on 3025.
The third line.
This one?
The last one.
Okay. F statistics, 38.64 on 4 and 3025 difference.
Okay, you should count. You should sum 3025 plus 4 plus 1. It gives you 3030 observation. You should add 325, 3025 plus 4 plus 1.
3025 plus 4 plus 1.
Yes. And do you know why? Anyone can explain why? Any of you read the formula for ANOVA?
I think it's because to get the degrees of freedom,
Excellent.
it's K minus 1, so you have to add that 1 back.
That's wonderful response. Exactly what I'm looking to hear. Yes, the N in front of the N, Sandra. The last, yeah, here is going to be 325, 3025 plus 4 plus 1. No, don't add here. Just add in the same column. Plus 4 plus 1. I'm telling that to just make sure you learn how to compute them. And it will be equal. There is no n. You have only one n in regression model, right?
Yes.
So you don't have any other n, but you need to R squared. Look at the line. There is R squared here. The line second.
Yeah.
R squared is what? 0.04860. The last line. The last line. The last line, first column.
Oh.
No, in the Word document, the last line, first column, in front of R square.
Am I putting multiple R squared or adjusted R squared?
Multiple R square.
I'm putting it under a p-value?
No, you put it on in front of the R square in the first column.
Okay.
0.04860. Okay, Sandra, did you learn how to compute which go with the second model and the third model?
So it's the same thing for every one of them?
Yes, go to the course. I will show you. Scroll down. You know, if you look at the notes, please. Go up. No, in the console panel, you just scroll down in the results section, please. Scroll up, scroll down, look at the notes. Scroll down. One more. Stay here. This is model 1B, right? You need model 2. Scroll down. Model 2, right? You need model 2. This is model 2, right?
Yeah, this is model 2.
You have everything here. You just have everything same as previous. Just you add a system membership to that. You just need to report the system membership. You have other variables also.
So for quick question, Professor.
Go ahead.
So for model 2, for N, it says here the 324. So it's 324 plus 4 plus 1.
Plus 5. There's a 5. Can you read the note in the?
Oh yeah, 324 plus 5 plus 1.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, all these other factors for mean and standard deviation, it has nothing to do with this exercise.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Then your video showed something like hospital bed have 15,000 less than, and you have certain values. Where did you get that from?
Which video did you look at? Did you look at a recent video?
Yes, Dr. Azari actually posted one to the reply, and the same as the one I watched.
It should be the same number as you have here. I'm not sure if you did it.
Okay.
It should be the same number. It should be the same number. And you know, the way I'm generating the video, I have explanation. Please don't compare your number with mine. Please follow the process.
Okay. Oh, so in essence, I got confused because hospital beds here don't have any 15,000 or less than this. It had a certain values on the video, so that's where I got confused. Like, where did you get those values from?
Okay, but I'm glad you are doing great job. You are running the Rstudio correctly. You have generated all the variable, and this is perfect. Make sure to submit your TXT file to Dr. Azadi as well.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome. Make sure to save your codes and to save your file.
Sure, I already saved them.
Okay, great. Donna,
Yes, I'm here.
okay. Okay. I see Daniel join us. Hello, Daniel. I saw you before, so I'm just seeing your video now, so your picture. Okay.
I could stop the share so that someone else can.
Yeah. Donna, you can go and share, and then you ask it and press yes to just share your screen.
Me?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So you said I shared the data set. That's why I'm not able to run.
Yeah, you need the codes.
Okay. So how come they didn't? Okay, what did I do wrong?
Do you want to go to the class?
I'm sorry?
You want to go to the class?
Oh, sure. I think it's open down here. Here we go. Where are we? I just had the class open. Here we go. Any day now.
As long as you are sharing, I ask all the class members to just go ahead and watch the video for the team project. Please don't ask me at the end of week 7, Professor, what I have to do with the bias table. So you should watch this video carefully.
Okay.
Content, go to week 5. Okay, week 5.
Okay.
Scroll down to see exercise. It should be here or should be in the bonus page, probably.
I just want to know what I did wrong. Or here we go.
Okay, here you go.
Right?
Download the codes from here.
Okay, that's what I thought I did, but okay.
You download the first one, and you are downloading the wrong file now. The second one, the middle.
Okay.
Sandra, if you like to leave and you are finishing your question, this is fine completely.
Okay.
See, Professor, I opened it and it's not open.
It is in some place in your computer. Go to the Rstudio.
Okay, let me go down. I have all of these.
No, the next one. Go to the next one. The second one from the end. Yes, click on this. And file, open.
Okay. Open file.
Yeah, go to the C download.
See.
Download. Can you see the download is up? It's up there. Should be here.
Today.
Yeah, the second file.
Okay. Here, right?
Okay, open this one.
Oh, so I did it at 1:05 today. Okay. I was going to the wrong page. Okay.
Open.
And now open. Okay.
And this,
look at that.
it's just,
I don't work well alone.
This is the magic of live session. This is the exercise 3. Can you scroll down to see this is correct?
Sure. Let's see.
Scroll down, scroll down.
And that's what mine said too, exercise 3, but the
Yeah,
codes are
everything is
correct
fine.
though.
The note is incorrect, but everything is fine.
Okay.
You got it.
Maybe that's why I was confused. Okay. So now,
You never look at this, Donna. Don't say because of that I'm confused. I'm
get-
just fine.
I get nervous when I
You
don't see the
always
right
should
thing.
look at the codes. Don't look, stay with the first line. Say, oh, sorry, I'm confused because of the first line.
I need a second voice to help me.
I then fix the first line to exercise 4.
Okay. All right. Let me go back and do that. Okay. Here, right?
Yes.
Just change it to 4.
Change
Just
it.
as simple as that. Okay.
And
Now,
file save as and put it in your CUMUCs. Click
okay.
on
File.
save as.
Save as.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to the CUMUC.
Okay.
This PC.
Here.
This piece. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Okay.
This CUMUC. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Save it here.
And save. Okay.
Now
Now
I
I
have
can.
everything, I believe, so you can run and see the results and just report them.
Okay.
You
Everything come
should
out?
select our entire code and then run.
Okay.
Okay, run this one.
Okay. Oh, there's my graph.
You have it. Okay.
Perfect.
I had one quick question, Professor.
Sure, go ahead.
I know in previous exercises where we were looking at the p-values, and if they were less than 0.05, then you know we was. When you say discuss our findings, like, can you like just give an example of what you're looking for, like?
Yes, I'm glad you asked this. Dana, I ask you to just go ahead and just run one of this model.
Okay.
Deselect the code and just go with model 1.
Deselect my code and go with model 1.
No, just go to the code. I need you to run the model 1.
Okay. Tell me what to.
Scroll up.
Okay.
Slowly.
Okay. Here we go. 1A.
Yeah. 101. Run 101 and 102.
Okay. Oops.
You have to get the most for yourself. I know you are working.
I have a laptop and I'm using a while.
I know this is an expensive class. I understand.
It is. It is.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
What's happened? What I've done, I'm not able to see. Did you close the sync comment? Can you type sync in the front? Can you just go to the very end of the codes, please?
Okay.
Go to the very end of the codes and run line 124.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to write. What is that red line? What is that red dot? There we go.
Never mind. Okay, run this one.
Okay.
No, you close the code. So go back to 101 and run the lines, 2 lines.
Okay. So 101 and
102.
Okay. And sync as well?
No, just run this one.
Okay.
Your sync was open. That was the reason you was not able to see that.
Okay.
You should. You can select line. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, this is. Can you go to the results section and scroll up to see our entire results? That's it. Thank you so much. Okay, you go so fast. Scroll down, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Don. I'm sorry for just.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Scroll down a little bit more.
Okay. Oops, didn't mean to do it that way. Okay. Good.
Okay, that's it.
Coefficient.
Okay, this is the results. So, you know, if you look at this coefficient, thank you. There's estimation here. For example, the hospital where there's a I can say $40,000 as a estimate. The standard error is $1,200, and the P bigger than T, or the P value is here is 2e on power of -16. It's very small number, and the code has a 3 asterisk on this.
Okay.
And if you look at the significant codes at the very last line of this current, you see that the 0 is for 3 asterisk,
Mhm.
2 asterisk is 0.001. I'm looking at the very last line of this screen. And the 1, 0 is for 0.01. The asterisk does mean you can follow the same pattern for the p-value. If you have a p-value less than 0.05, here in the regression model, there is a significant correlation between the dependent and independent variable. The dependent variable here is a benefit. The question asks you, what is the impact of hospital bed on the benefit? And you can say the hospital bed has a positive relationship with benefit. We expected to see $40,959 increase in the hospital benefit if we add 1 unit bed. This is a correlation. And you can, the p-value is here, shows as the p bigger than t. The last line is a p-value. Actually, the last column is a p-value. If you look at the ownership, none of them is the significant here. All of them is more than 0.05. And there is no relation, positive or negative relation, no significant relationship between the benefit and ownership with this sample of the study. So based on this model, if I have only 2 variables, I can say, based on my findings, there is a positive relationship between benefit and hospital bed, but there is no significant relationship between ownership and hospital beds. Did I answer your question?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Mhm.
Okay, I understand now.
Okay,
Mhm.
Jeff. Okay, class, we are almost at the end of this meeting. Any other questions? Then thank you everyone for being here, and please share this your thought with your members. I'm gonna post this video, and then
May I stop my share? Is it okay?
Stop your share, please. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
And 5 more minutes. Let me see. What else did I have here I wanted to add?
Okay.
Let me see. I think I'm okay. I just have to share this with my group, and then once we watch the video together, then
Okay.
it'll be fine.
Alrighty, thank you, Professor.
Sure.
Shka.
Sandra, are you okay with your model? Do you have any other questions?
Oh, too good.
Okay, God, hold on.
You are muted. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't have
Okay.
any issues.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Then,
Okay.
Dana, are you still looking at the questions? I can still wait for
I want to wait till 6:30. I don't want to leave.
No, I can wait for minutes more.
I don't think I have anything else. I just panic. That's all. I hit the panic button quite often. So I just need to learn how to calm down. I'll be okay.
Dr. Zari, thank you so much for all your help.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
indeed.
so much.
Have a
Doctor,
good
do you have any other point you want to add? I'm sorry.
No, Dr. Zari, I want to let the students know that they have to read the instructions. So I'm getting some questions that is coming from that they're not reading the questions or they didn't look at my announcement.
Mhm.
But just feel free, anytime you have questions, just let me know. We're trying to help them.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Class, this is the class, is a lots of points. And every video has 100 notes to learn and to write. Please write the notes and follow all the time, follow the announcement page. I usually send the announcement. I also send them by email to you. I know, Dana, you are looking at different questions now, but you always can ask me your question by email, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good weekend. Almost, you have one more day. Enjoy your
Okay.
vacation.
Thank you.
Janelle, thank you for sharing your
Thank you. Bye.
beautiful
Okay.
data, and she's
All right.
learning statistics. Okay.
Yes, she is. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay.